Welcome back here. A lot of developments happening here. I'm Eric Connert.
And I'm Stella Escobedo. President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump have tested positive for the coronavirus.
We have also learned that the Vice President and Second Lady were tested. Those results were negative, and Joe Biden and his wife Jill were tested, and their results also negative. Joining us now, the latest developments. News 8's Evan Noorani. World leaders all reacting to this as well. Evan.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is something where we're getting new updates really every few minutes or so. Someone new responding, someone in connection getting tested. The newest one that we've received as of about 30 minutes ago is that vice presidential candidate Kamala Harris and her husband have both been tested and tested negative. Now, as I mentioned, this is something that is developing very quickly. We heard from Trump's chief of staff, Mark Meadows, just a couple hours ago, and this was the first time that we heard anything from Trump's advisory team or anyone in connection with the White House since Trump's positive case came last night, because Trump announced this via Twitter. So today, this morning, was when we first heard confirmation through his advisors. Let's take a listen to Mark Meadows, that chief of staff.
We've tested all of our core staff, and I can tell you that Mr. Kushner, Mr. Scavino, myself, a number of us have been tested, have come back with negative results, and yet at the same time, I fully expect that as this virus continues to go on, other people in the White House will certainly have a positive test result, and we've got the mitigation plan in place.
The news of the Trump's positive cases came just hours after it was confirmed that his closest advisor, that's Hope Hicks, had also tested positive. President Trump and the First Lady will now quarantine in the White House, forcing the campaign to be put on pause or at least adjust to a more virtual presence. This comes just days after Trump and former Vice President Biden participated in their first debate. That was on Tuesday, where rules said that they would not shake hands and that they would also stay more than 6 feet apart. Now, Biden also released a statement this morning wishing the Trumps a swift recovery. He and his wife Jill Biden did also get tested this morning, and they both tested negative. Here's the statement. It reads, "I'm happy to report that Jill and I have tested negative for COVID. Thank you to everyone for your messages of concern. I hope this serves as a reminder. Wear a mask, keep social distance, and wash your hands." Now, Vice President Mike Pence and Second Lady Karen Pence both tested negative. Kamala Harris and her husband did as well. The newest debate that will come on Tuesday will be between Pence and Harris, and that is expected to continue as planned. However, if we consider Trump's 14-day isolation or quarantine period, that actually lines up only about 13 days from now is when Trump's and Biden's second debate is scheduled for. So it's unknown whether or not that scheduling will be adjusted and whether or not Trump will need to push it back several days, or whether or not he'll only take a 10-day quarantine. We still don't know the answer to that as of now. Another new piece of information that we've got was after it was announced that he was positive, they cleared his schedule of all rallies and events, but they kept on one conference call that was scheduled with governors at 12:15 Eastern time. What the New York Times is now reporting is that in that conference call, Trump was not present and that Vice President Pence filled in for him in his place. We don't know if that means Trump was resting in the meantime or why they cleared his schedule, but we do know that the plan was, even with his diagnosis, he would still participate in that conference call. He did not end up participating in it, and Vice President Mike Pence took his place.